Take notes, Mommy. Eric Matthews is giving lessons in human boinging.
When these dads meet world, watching Boy Meets World. We grew up on the show, now we have kids and host a podcast. We watch each episode and then share our thoughts and grades. When these dads meet world.
They want you to take the roles.
Well, here comes the bride, good-looking people. Here comes the bride. Brett, it's wedding day. Is it that look in your eyes, Brett, or people about to do something stupid tonight?
They gonna get stupid.
Welcome back to Dads Meet World, your weekly deep dive into that 90s classic show known as Boy Meets World. I am one of the two dads, Tyler, and joined, as always, by dad number 2 this week.
I am Brett. Welcome, good-looking people.
Yes. And a Merry Christmas.
Yes. If you're listening to this in July, that might sound awkward. But Merry Christmas to you and to all a good night.
Yes, well, if you're listening to this in July, hey, Christmas in July is still a thing. So we just, as of recording, just got done with Thanksgiving. And now we're fully in the swing of Christmas. And we're all wondering, gosh, why is life so expensive now?
It is now an appropriate time to put up your Christmas tree and all your Christmas lights and to start listening to Christmas music.
Yes, very much so. Brett, I don't know about you, but in our household, it's once Santa goes down the parade route, it's okay to finally listen to just go full Christmas. Like you still have Thanksgiving. But
we start after Thanksgiving. We like to do the holidays in succession. We like to give each holiday its due. So once Thanksgiving is over, then we can move on to Christmas.
That's fair.
And now it is time for my Hans Gruber Nakatomi Plaza Advent countdown calendar.
Yeah. I am not taking your bait this year, sir. I am not getting into this argument. I won't. I refuse. I'm moving on with my life. Brett, I have a feeling this is going to be another positive episode. Is there anything outside of just the general go to the order that you'd like to complain about before we get started?
Well, outside the general, I mean, there's some nitpicking in there that I'll get to, but on the general, I like the episode.
I meant like other than Boy Meets World.
Oh, you just mean in life in general? No.
Yeah.
Oh. I have nothing that I want to complain about in general today. No. I'm in a positive
We are officially in this a Hydra situation now in Boy Meets World, where we're officially in the married and the ups and downs of marriage, and there's kind of a dud at the end, but we'll get there when we get there. But we're in this nice actual chunk and swing of the chaos of planning a wedding and then the chaos to the aisle.
Oh, yes.
So, and next week we'll get to the chaos after the aisle.
Yes. The honeymoon.
Yes. We will finally get to the honeymoon. But this week, Brett, we gotta talk about the wedding. Before that, Brett, I do have 2 complaints right now in my personal life. And I want to know from you. Would you rather hear about a complaint about something I have 0 control over and I have no idea why it's taking up so much of my brain power, or one that is actually relevant to my life and a reasonable complaint?
Well, if we're going to hear about them both, let's talk about the one you have power over first.
All right, well, I'll talk about the one I will still be annoyed about the other thing later on, so we'll get to that next time. So, With Thanksgiving comes hunting, Brett, and I am a hunter for only 2 weeks out of the year. I accept it. It's part of who I am. I'm okay with only 2 weeks of my life being dedicated to hunting and trying to get big buck. My problem is my state decided to pass a law a few years ago that made the first day of hunting a Saturday. And then the next year they added Sunday hunt. And I will say, I like a good Saturday hunt. In fact, I've done a Sunday hunt, and it's not bad. My problem is that it was almost a holy holiday, that first day of hunting. It was a special day of, people went off and did their thing. But if the hunters were going out to go get that big buck. And it's just, it doesn't feel like that first day special start of hunting is as big of a deal now, Yeah. Like, restaurants used to be open early for hunters specifically. You can't open super early on a Saturday. You're gonna, hurt your whole staff. So I'm just a little upset, Brett, that the first day, which should be as of recording today, and it's not. It's Saturday, and it's not as enjoyable. But there are those who like it, and oh well. There's not much I can do to change it. But it does impact my life.
It does.
Once a year.
You could always write your congressman.
I could, but that's not... There's so many other important things that need to be taken care of statewide.
Very true.
But, Brett, I think we should get into this magical episode.
I think we should, too. So let's dive into the synopsis. Episode 7 of Season 7, It's About Time. Wherein Cory and Topanga finally tie the knot, but not without dealing with Shawn's concerns for his future friendship with Cory. And Eric arranging for his brother to have a nicer wedding at an upscale hotel. This episode was written by Patricia Carr and Lara Runnels, directed by Mr. Mac himself, Jerry Levine. Originally aired November 5th, 1999, just 1 week after They're Killing Us. And currently enjoys an 8.1 IMDb rating, a full half point higher than last episode. Yep, I went with the full half again. And as far as our Nielsen number go, last week was an 8.18 Nielsen share. This week, for the wedding, apparently the website worked because we're up to 11.51 million.
Mm-hmm.
More than 3 million people extra tuned in.
I believe it. I mean, it's a big deal. These two characters are finally getting married. It's important.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, this is a relationship people have been invested in for over 6 years, and they're finally tying the knot. He's getting hitched.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I firmly believe that people were like, seriously, they broke up again? Can't do it.
Yeah.
Like, I'll say like this, Brett. If Friends, which did the Will They Won't They with Ross and Rachel forever and way too long, if Monica and Chandler hadn't come along and become the real couple that centers the show, I think people would have given up on Friends a lot sooner.
Oh, sure. They would have. It would have lost all its steam.
Yeah. So I think they were like, well, let's try to make it the Ross and Rachel. It's like, that's not what Cory and Topanga are.
No.
Stop trying to make Ross and Rachel a thing.
No, they're either Destiny or they're not. Just pick one.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Brett, should we get into this thing?
We should.
So we start the episode, Brett, in the apartment. The girls' apartment.
Yes, yes.
And Topanga's mom's there.
Yes, Marcia Cross's last appearance as Rhiannon Lawrence.
Yeah. Brett, I wish they would have just had Topanga's mom, like, a part of the show. Like, have her move back to Philadelphia and just let her be able to go to her mom and talk about her life's problems.
Yeah, it would have been a nice little feature there as Topanga's embarking on her first year of marriage to have mom there to bounce some things off of.
Yeah.
That would have been far too progressive an idea for Michael Jacobs, though.
Yeah. Well, there is a transition that you go through, I think, in that college and post high school years where instead of asking your parents, what can I do? It's, well, what do you think I should do? And then it's, you take into what they say and go, well, I could do what they're suggesting, or go with this other path that I think might be better. It might be worse, but, there's just a point where instead of your parents, what they say goes, is, well, maybe it could. Maybe they're smarter than me, or I know better. So, I wish they could have given more time for that for Cory and Topanga.
Yes.
But, so yeah, they're all happy, they're all giddy. Brett, they don't look like they're ready for a wedding in a couple of hours.
No, they really don't. I mean, they're working on hair here, which is part of the process.
Yeah, but I how do I say this, Brett? There should be another person there specifically doing hair, unless they're saying Topanga's mom is there and she's also a hairstylist, so she's styling all the girls' hairs.
Which is what I think they probably were going for, because, I mean, this wedding was originally supposed to take place in the Matthews living room.
Yep.
Which
is fair.
Which is hugely different from the hall they were looking at renting in They're Killing Us, and the guest list of 120 that they were going to go with. And then all of a sudden their plan goes to, all right, fine, we're just chucking that next week right here in the living room.
Yeah. Yeah. Brett, it's so easy to just get a hotel for the next weekend and make it happen.
Oh, yeah.
But anywho, Shawn walks in, and apparently Cory has given every job to Shawn.
Mm-hmm.
Like, every single responsibility that Cory and Topanga both should have split between different people all went to Shawn.
This is not how you treat your best man.
No, and also there are jobs he has, he cannot do all of them at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, how hard is it to do all these things?
It's no wonder the tuxedos have not been picked up yet.
Yeah. Day of wedding? Yes, it's complicated.
Yeah. Those tuxes should have been... I mean, when I was married, each groom was responsible for his own tuxedo anyway.
Yeah. Every wedding I've been a part of, I was responsible for my own stuff.
And I was married only a few years after this episode aired. So, I mean, it's not like things changed a whole lot in that time frame.
Yeah. Well, but even for my wedding, Brett, for us to coordinate so you could be able to get what you needed from another location, like, it all had to flow, and it worked.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we had to go and get them, and then the next day was wedding. Like, It's not that uncommon for the groom's party to get their stuff a day or two beforehand. Yep. The key is it must be returned within so much time afterwards.
Yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure, I think all that stuff was dropped off to my parents took care of those. They took them all back because they're nice people. So, and I mean, Alan and Amy are right now trying to make their living room wedding ready.
Yeah. Which they have practice with. I mean, they did have it ready for the Feeney wedding.
They did, and it was quite nice. Yeah, but, Eric is complaining, and I love when he comes in, and, Anne's just like, "What's the matter, my brother?" Because he's saying how he's an unappreciative little white boy.
Yes. I'm his best man, not his hamster.
Mm-hmm. And Topanga, Brett, for lack of better wording, threatens to unalive Shawn in this moment.
Oh, she fully snaps. Yes.
Yes.
If he dies, the best man is Eric is the only thing that snaps her out of it.
No, we don't want that.
No, not after last week.
Yes. Yeah, so it's I like what it's communicating right now. Topanga is stressed because it's her wedding day, and Cory is not being fair to his best friend. And then we go to the wedding venue, aka the Matthews living room, and they're trying to get things set up there. And Cory is involved there. Like, it's not like Cory isn't doing anything.
Yeah, he's not sitting on his tuchus.
But there are enough people there that someone else could run and grab a cake or grab tuxes or whatever, and tie cans on the wedding. I'll tell you what, that's one of the things I'm glad has kind of gone away, is tying cans to a car.
Yeah, I remember being a part of wedding parties that was tying cans on cars and putting bird seed in cars.
Uh-huh. Yeah. No, I'm glad those things went away. Yeah, so Shawn shows up and Cory is ungrateful, and it leads to them getting into a pretty good argument back and forth. Although before then, Brett, Eric is going to try to walk Cory through boinging, as he says it.
Yeah.
Take notes, Mommy. Eric Matthews is giving lessons in human boinging.
Yes, I like what Feeney says. I echo what Feeney says, and I will not repeat it, Brett. You can't make me.
I did clip it.
Oh, go for it.
Yeah.
No.
All right. Lesson 1. Sex without love is empty and hollow. And that's just the way we men like it. Huh?
Eric, you're completely missing the beauty of human sexuality. It's not just a physical act. It's the intimacy between two people sharing their souls.
Maybe for old people.
You know, you're all crazy.
Brett, I'm going to regret this, but did anyone right before your wedding give any advice to you?
Yeah, actually they did.
Helpful?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
That's as much as I'll say on air.
That's fine. I got nothing, so that's fine. But anyway, I believe it's better to give no advice than have that talk.
Eric is definitely not the one you want giving advice.
No, it's that we're leaning into the cartoony Eric, you know.
Yeah.
It's better for Eric to be insensitive, except the real Eric that we have known throughout the whole show, if he's not there to make the joke, he would say something more sensitive.
Yeah.
But Eric has to make a funny joke because that's what Eric is there to do.
That is his role.
Because Brett episode has to episode.
The episode does have to episode. That is the rule.
Yes. But finally, Cory and Shawn end up having an argument, which leads to Shawn quitting. Eric saying, I will step in, I will be the best man, I will go do all the things, and he leaves.
Yep.
And Cory offers, you want to walk my Nana Boo Boo down the aisle? Nana Boo Boo's coming to this thing?
Nana Boo Boo's alive.
Apparently.
Yep. But it's interesting that Shawn wants to have a genuine conversation about what he's feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And Cory is just deflecting and deflecting and deflecting.
Yeah.
Cory does not want to have this conversation, period, much less this day. And Shawn just wants to have this conversation and get it out there. This whole, all of this could be done and over with if Cory'd be willing to have a 5-minute conversation with his best friend about what he's feeling. But Cory is not man enough to do that.
Yes. Oh, I personally think that there's a lot of unsaid things between men and in their wedding parties that go unspoken, and it drives wedges and hurts relationships.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think it's a shame because, I don't know. It just feels like there's times when guys have to have conversations, and they miss the window. Then they go, "Well, we can never talk about this again."
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my best man, he and I didn't speak to each other for a good, I don't know, 2 years or so. Not long after my wedding. It was like that summer, he and I were still kind of interacting and talking, and then we just stopped talking to each other for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then he invited me to his wedding, except I don't think he really meant to invite me, but that's whole water under the bridge we've already talked through, so. I mean, you didn't even invite me to your wedding, so.
Well, that would have involved breaking the space-time barrier.
You should have done that. If you had cared enough. So I could be there when I was 13.
I can show you pictures.
I've seen pictures. Anywho, Brett, I like, as we just keep kind of shifting back and forth, things just keep progressing.
Mm-hmm.
And because I'm pretty sure the next scene is literally them just standing in their underwear and white beaters on.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward, don't you think, to have them all standing around in their underwear with Morgan in the room?
Yes, I do. I didn't think about that until you said that, because where she's positioned, she's not in that original camera angle, but when they pan to the door, there's Morgan.
Yeah. She's just sitting there they're all waiting on Eric to show up with the tuxes so they can get things underway, but Morgan and Amy are in the room waiting with them.
Yeah, and boxers are not the thing I want to wear when my mother and sister are in the same room as me.
Yeah. I'm sure Mr. Feeney is not wanting to stand around in his underwear in front of a teenager or Amy.
Or his former students.
Yeah.
I don't know. But funny's got a funny, Brett. You know that.
Yeah. That wasn't the kind of thing they were concerned with back in 1999.
No, they weren't. Although I just giggled because each of them have those little sock supporters,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what the technical term is, but I kept looking at those being like, those are ridiculous.
Yes.
I never worn them, so that's why I don't understand them.
Can't say I have either, so.
And I didn't deep dive them because I don't know what they're called. But yeah, I did love Eric's entrance, Brett, especially speaking of Wicked. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the best dressed of all? You are Eric.
You, Eric.
It's in the limo, baby. What limo, baby? Eric tells everyone he's not letting Cory, his little brother, get married in a dump like this, aka the home he was raised in. And so they're off in the limo to the new location.
Yeah.
Nice legs, Feeney.
Yes. And I think we then go straight to the girls getting ready, and the girls all have very professionally done hair.
Mm-hmm.
Everything looks nice. I will be honest, I think Angela's hair looks the best for what they were looking for to do with her.
Yep. And their communication about how things are going to change is a lot better than the guys.
Oh, so much better. So I was just trying to look up the exact wording that they had earlier. Ah, yes. Yeah, so the girls are going back and forth on how everything is going to change with the wedding, but they want everyone to be happy. And Rachel is definitely third wheeling friendship right now.
Yes, she is. I
Which
get
is.
secondhand and awkwardness for her.
Mm-hmm. Yes. It's like they realized they wanted her to be a part of the wedding, but had no good way of getting their friendship up to that bridesmaid level of quality.
Yeah.
So it's almost like it would have been better for Rachel to be in the apartment situation with Angela and Topanga, like almost like they were. Sorry, let me rephrase. If Cory just moved into the apartment, but the apartment that people are always going in and out of was actually Rachel's apartment, and Angela and Topanga moved in there, that could have been better.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. That's what we're going with. So,
All right.
anyway, so yeah, apparently they're at the Philadelphian Victorian hotel, and they're blown away because this is a pretty nice hotel, apparently.
Swanky. And Jack knows that as an Eric thing, it's a bad thing. This is an Eric thing.
Yes,
This is an Eric
very
thing.
nice. Yeah, Cory questions nothing.
Oh no, he's just going with it.
Yeah, to get into a limousine in his underwear on his wedding day, fine. To show up to a hotel, how'd they pay for it? Who cares? Fine.
He's just rolling with it, baby.
Yeah, he is looking to get to the honeymoon, Brett.
That is all that he cares about.
Honeymoon!
Yes. But people start to show up, Brett, and the minister shows up. Brett, who is the minister?
Oh, the minister is Willie Garson. This is his
who's
last
that?
of 4 Boy Meets World appearances. This is Leonard Spinelli in a former life. Also a job applicant at Allen's store in a former life. If you want his full IMDb, you can go back to our coverage of Father Knows Less. But yes, Leonard Spinelli, a much more calm and reserved version, is our minister.
Must be his twin brother.
But I want to go to one other guest star that we've kind of
Yes,
glossed
that was
over.
the next thing I was going to mention, Brett.
Yes, the gentleman that wants to speak with Eric about the arrangements for the wedding ceremony and everything.
The Peterman wedding?
Yes, the Peterman wedding. This is Hotel Man. It is the same actor. He is not credited across everything, but I tracked him down. It's the same actor.
It's the same guy.
Same guy. So we have Hotel Man back. He's been promoted from desk duty.
I'm going to say it. I think Boy Meets World missed out on an opportunity. They should have done the Hotel Man and allowed him to be the lead of a new sitcom.
I agree. We need more Hotel Man in the world.
I agree. They could have called it like The Sweet Life or something.
Oh, don't go with that. That brings up some. I never watched it, but I saw enough clips to know that it's probably not something that I would ever recommend.
Well, no, but it's funny. Well, okay, I will say, as just a quick aside, Brett, something that came out not long ago was the Sprouse brothers their mother from the show was discussing how she loves them, adores them, and is always rooting for them, and how there was a line written for one of the boys, I think it was Dylan, where he was supposed to refer to her as fat. Like, the whole joke is that, you're fat, mom, blah, blah, blah. And he refused to do it. Every time they get to the line, he'd say something else. And they go, cut, you gotta say the line. He goes, I'm not saying that line. And he kept, no matter what it was, he always was avoiding it. So, because she had, just had a baby or something like that. So, her body did look different. But he was like, I'm not making a joke like that about her. That's ridiculous.
No, good on him.
Yeah. So, anyway, Brett, we're at this fancy hotel, and the wedding party is coming down the aisle, and the wedding is happening right now.
It is. It is. It's finally here.
have
It's underway.
Jedediah back.
His Mark Herlich's last appearance is Jedediah. The last time we'll ever see him. Last time he interacts with Topanga.
Yeah, this is the last interaction. And all he says to them is, be good to each other. And that's the only line he says.
Yep.
So, it's just, do you feel like it's just kind of a waste for the character of this old hippie guitar maker man who also owned a bookshop, Brett?
Yeah, he definitely goes out with a whimper.
I don't know. Anywho, they're about to start their ceremony, and Topanga says, we've been waiting our whole lives for this. What are you thinking right now? And Cory honestly says, I can't believe Shawn's not here. I love her response. Just, I love you too.
The classic Cory and Topanga talking past each other gag.
Mm-hmm. Well, we got to have it one more time before they tie the knot. Brett.
Oh, yes.
Now, Brett, I wasn't there at your wedding. You didn't invite me. But
The classic Tyler gag.
I can't believe how easy that rolls off my tongue as a bridge. But at your wedding, do you remember feeling like there was a moment for you and Kelly to have a little conversation before everything really got going?
No, not really. Once she was up there, we dove right into the ceremony aspect of everything.
Yeah, exactly. From what I can remember, and I'm starting to forget things, but I just remember, my pastor just kind of started, and her and I were looking at each other like, oh my gosh, this is happening. Can you believe this is happening? They're letting us do this? Mm-hmm. There are people here. They traveled here for us. So yeah, there just wasn't this moment to have a conversation. And is it safe to say, Brett, that all hell kind of just breaks loose as Shawn walks in? No offense to Shawn, but not the time, because he brings the rings, and he tries to say hey, we'll talk about this later, get married, yada yada, and Cory's being a jerk, and they're arguing with each other while Cory's mom is singing a beautiful song.
I love you truly.
You're being a real jerk right now.
Yes, I would definitely say all hell breaks loose. It's
Yes.
neither the time nor the place to have it out. Shawn could have left. I mean, yes, he was right. By every aspect, he was right to say, yes, you have been a jerk, and we can talk about it later. But he could have also just walked away and said yes, and just left it at that. It's neither the time nor the place to have that conversation.
Yeah. I just like how he tries to walk away and says, have a nice life, jerk. Cory hits the below the belt.
Oh,
You two
so
trailer
far below the
trash.
belts.
I There's one of the few times where Eric being a cartoon character helps.
Mm-hmm.
Because by him laughing and being obnoxious, it allows for that anger they have to not be this dramatic thing. Like the laughter kind of continues, so it doesn't feel as life.
They don't hit
ending
melodrama status. It's just
Right.
drama.
Yes, it is more like a reunion fight, throwing drinks at each other than anything else. But yes, the two of them start doing their version of brawling, which normally means they kind of just grab each other and go to the
Hunter,
ground.
Matthews, did you guys realize you were fighting with each other?
Yeah. Can I just say, the acting of all the people that have no lines is spectacular.
Yes.
For Trina as Angela, just taking all of this in, of her white friends who are ridiculous, her boyfriend, who she has said, I want to be with you in the long term, is being melodramatic right now. I love as the two dads are holding them back from each other, they are like trying to figure out and understand what's happening right now.
And trying to figure out, you can tell by the looks on their faces, they're trying to figure out, how can I fix this or help fix this?
Yes, there's like, they just know, like, what can we say right now? Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, what kind of advice could I give that would help this go away so that we can get back to everything?
Yeah, it's just so awkward and so weird.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like Jedediah is like sitting there like, this is the guy I worried was going to end up making out with my daughter? Is this gentleman in front of me who's clearly having a spat with his lover?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And I love also in the midst of all of this, Eric comes to the officiant and gives him some cash and say, hey, you're doing a great job. Just stop saying Peterman so much.
Oh, yeah. As only Eric can do.
Yes. But they have it out with each other. Shawn's worried that once Cory's married, he's not going to have time for him anymore. He'll be married, and he won't want to be around him anymore, and their friendship will be over. And Cory kind of says, like, I'm also worried about this, of how my marriage will change everything. And I think his main fear comes from the fact of, I'm going to be more settled down, and you're going to want to go and explore and do other things.
Yeah, but their talk really doesn't resolve any of their underlying issue. All it does is just gets them both to admit that they are worried. See, this is why they needed to have the talk earlier in the day.
It's true. But, you know what, Brett? Let's just be honest. It's perfection. It is what it's supposed to be. It's two young people getting married and not having everything all discussed, figured out, talked out.
Yeah.
But yeah, they go to the Vows, and Topanga is just giving this nice, beautiful vow. And you turn the camera and you have Cory and Shawn both standing there.
I have to talk to her now.
Okay.
Do you really like her?
Do you really like her? Cory... I don't want to say Cory gives this non-good... I don't know how to say it, Brett. For all the things they've gone through, Cory's Vows are a little lackluster, in my opinion.
Yeah. I'd say lackluster is an adequate assessment.
He's also been describing how he loves this girl for the past 7 seasons, so, I mean...
You just kind of expect more from what these writers have built up to be this relationship of destiny. You kind of expect a little more out of, you know, some of their reunions have had better exclamations from him.
Well, and you and I both aren't really great fans of clip shows, I know that. But they could have thrown in a couple little clips here, editing-wise, to show the things that he's said before in the past and how he's reflected back on the things they've said in these important moments. And he's basically, like, verbatim going back through and saying, here are the reasons all why I love you. But we had to have our dramatic, emotional Cory and Shawn moment.
Yes.
So
needed to get that out there.
Yes. But by the power vested in this priest, he now pronounces them Mr. and Mrs. Harold Peterman.
Yes. They're finally
it's
married. And it's not legal because they're not Harold Peterman.
Right?
Who signed their marriage certificate? That's a good question.
I can think of is that Eric was like, hey, listen, like, you still walk them through the vows, like, can you just sign it? And so, I don't know. It's a lot of shenanigans and tomfoolery, but how are you going to explain the Matthews having a luxurious wedding?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could have explained it that Jedediah, who sells guitars, made one for a famous person and they paid a lot more than they should have, or just some famous person who's like an uncle to Topanga said, I'll foot the bill for everything.
Yep. I mean, it is traditionally the bride's family who foots the bill for the wedding, so.
Yeah.
But he's a little down on his luck right now, what with the separation and all.
Yeah, well, and that's all part of it too, of like the melodramaticness of all this as well. But people are dancing, people are having a good time, Brett. And
yeah, I like Alan and Topanga's dance there for that moment. It's a very nice touch.
Mm-hmm. I will say there's a character missing, Brett, and it's a crime she's not there.
Which one are you thinking of?
Dean Bolander.
Yes. Very huge crime that she is not there.
I mean, just be there in the crowd.
Yeah, really.
Let her be an extra for the day.
I mean, come on. She's married to the man. Just bring her in as an extra.
Yeah. Or she should have been the one to break up the brawl. You two need to stop this. You're best friends. I don't know. There's also a part of me that kind of wishes Feeney would have just officiated their wedding. I know it is not as big of a deal for... it wasn't as easy for someone to just be able to officiate weddings back in the 90s. Mm-hmm. Nowadays it's a lot easier, but...
Well, by this point, you did have internet or ordinances, so... I mean... It was possible. It was feasible. I wonder who was going to be the officiant in the living room.
Yeah, it's a great question. Mm-hmm. You would have thought they would have just gotten the same person, unless that person was supposed to be Feeney.
Mm. Who knows? Maybe it was.
Maybe. I don't know.
What did we miss out on?
There's a part of me that kind of wishes that because of Michael Jacobs... outwardly, practicing Judaism, I almost wish they would have had him as the rabbi from the thing be the priest. That would have made sense. Not priest, but rabbi marrying them, and also making clear that they're a Jewish family. That's acceptable. I don't think anyone would be upset with that.
No.
But Shawn gives a toast. Brett, do you happen to have Shawn's toast?
I have just about all of it because it runs a little longer than a minute, but I have the
Alright.
bulk of it.
Go for it.
I may not be the best man, but I am the best friend. Cory and I have been best friends all our lives. And this wedding's been kind of hard for me because I know no matter how much we may avoid talking about it, Cory and I aren't going to be best friends forever. Things are changing between us. Things have always been changing. We've had to deal with life and death and Feeney. But no matter what we faced, we always faced it together. So then, how can we possibly be upset with each other on his wedding day? Well, it's because deep down I think Cory and I both know that we're not going to be best friends anymore. And that's the way it should be.
We'll get into this later, Brett, but this is a beautiful toast. I like this toast a lot.
I do like this one.
I think Topanga isn't fair when she quotes this back to him in the future, though.
A little bit.
But yeah, I think it's a great toast. I think wedding toasts are one of those complicated things because you gotta say something that's nice, but you can't say something too nice to make everybody cry, and you definitely can't say anything too intoxicated or too provocative.
Yeah. You gotta be.
Have you
You gotta hit that line right there in the middle.
given the best man's toast?
I have.
I couldn't remember if your one friend, if you were his best man as well.
I was, yes. Yep. I've given the best man's toast. It went over well.
Yeah. I always think the best man toast is a lot easier than the maid of honor's toast.
I think so. I for whatever reason, I think there's just more weight put on the maid of honor's shoulders. I'm not sure exactly why, but I think there is.
I feel like most often for the groomsman's toast, it's like, hey, this guy didn't believe in love, and then he met this girl and made his life better. And now look at him. He actually takes care of himself.
Yep.
So yeah, we do love that Eric then gives his little toast and makes very clear that all of this has been so worth it because he loves his little brother, and holds up a key, Brett. And this key, Cory is fixated on.
Oh,
And
very much so.
I'm hoping somewhere on the internet there's a clip as he holds up the key that Cory is saying, "Precious."
My precious.
Honeymoon!
Because the moment he says what it's to, Cory grabs Topanga, and they are
Mine.
gone. Bye.
Honeymoon!
Yeah. And Jack forces out Eric. Spill. Tell us how this all happened. This cannot be the case.
And Eric is truly sinister in how he went about getting this all set up.
Yes. Well, first of all, I like it. It's like, well, they're set up for this hoity-toity wedding. And I was like, oh no, a wedding has to get changed because of my daughter getting pregnant. And so it was like, and there was this thing on the receiver. It looked like either gum or dried vomit. It tasted like gum.
Gum.
So he says he's E.J. Peterman. He needs to have his daughter get married today. He goes, drink up because it's going to be over in about 2 seconds.
Yep.
And they're like, well, what idiot would possibly believe all of this? And he points and goes, him. And wouldn't you know it? It's Will Friedle.
In a dual role.
With a German accent, apparently.
Mm.
Must be his doppelganger.
It is. Everyone's got one.
Is this satisfied with the arrangements? Indeed, Mr. Peterman.
Everyone's a Mr. Peterman.
Yes. But apparently, the real E.J. Peterman shows up, and he demands to know what the hell is going on here.
Yes, he does.
I think they didn't realize how many lines this guy had because he just keeps repeating that.
Yeah.
Brett, I've been meaning to ask you, who the heck is this guy?
This guy, I actually didn't do his IMDb. But I'm going to pull it up really quick. So we can keep talking about him for just a moment so we don't have dead air.
Oh, that's fine. But yeah, Eric tells everybody to run, and so everybody, including his parents,
Run like hell.
get out of there. Yeah, they used hell like many times this episode.
They did. They got pretty lax with their language.
They did. Yeah, so the tag of the episode is the argument that you miss out watching everyone run away, and it's the guy Peterman arguing with Eric's character, the manager character, and he's just like, I demand to know what's going on here. I don't know what's going on. Where's the manager?
Yes, and the real E.J. Peterman is played by Gene Dynarski. He did pass away in 2020. I've seen him in. He always looks so familiar. I've seen him in several other things. I recognize him from Seinfeld, where he was Izzy Mandelbaum. I also recognize him from Star Trek: The Next Generation, where he played a badmiral. Or not a bad admiral. He is actually a good admiral. He was also in the X-Files, Hill Street Blues, Hardcastle McCormick, The A-Team, General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, Chips. His career, even in the 1966 Batman, his career stretches back to 1965. So he was around Hollywood for quite some time.
Nice. I recognize a lot of the names, but I did not watch almost any of those shows. But yeah, they're just going back and forth. And honestly, I quite enjoy this random other character that Eric has, and I wish he would have came back.
Yeah, it would have been fun. Him and Hotel Guy have their own little spin-off.
Brett, there should have been a spin-off show of Will Friedle playing this German version of himself. And Hotel Guy. Oh, that would have been fun.
And they can just argue with E.J. Peterman all the time.
Yeah. It always somehow is E.J. Peterman.
Oh, yes.
We can't have nice things, Brett.
Oh, no, we can't, unfortunately.
So, one room, one bed, one big night.
Yes.
Here's a chance for a mystery bag.
Ooh.
I still giggle, Brett, because it's one of my favorite episodes that we've recorded for, and just the amount of time we spent talking about this random character who's only here for that episode and a little bit of this one, and
Hotel Man's a
ignoring almost everything else.
Yeah, as it should be.
Yes. All right, let's get to the deep dives, Brett.
All right, here they go.
People. Am I the only one who read the summer reading list?
Let's talk about, Brett, the 11 venues, the best venues to get married at in Philadelphia. First is the Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Arts. Next is the Franklin Institute. Location 215. The Rittenhouse Hotel. Elkins Estate. Guild House Hotel. The Notary Hotel. Police Touch Museum at Memorial Hall. Okay. And the Joseph Ambler Inn. Arts Ballroom. Building 39. Building 39 is the last one. I believe they used a random name for a venue, so that way there wasn't copyright, I'm assuming.
Oh, I'm sure.
Brett, if we want to get those same type of lawn chairs for a wedding, say for about 100 people, we're spending about $3,387.
Ooh.
I'm assuming they rented them, but still.
I'm assuming.
Brett, Tux Rentals. Oh, where'd you go? Tux Rentals for the 90s were roughly, for the black basic tux is roughly around 50 to 55 wherever you go. And prices could also go up to about 80 for a little bit higher end rentals.
Yep.
Yeah, so there is no such person as E.J. Peterman. There is, however, a Bill David Peterman, who is a baseball player for the Philadelphia Phillies. Sorry, let me rephrase that. He had one game, one hit, one at bat. So he had a career average of 1,000.
He batted 1,000. Yeah.
Yeah. Weird. I honestly just typed in Peterman and let's go to that next thing. Peterman and Philadelphia, and that's what popped up. So, Brett, they mentioned that the Petermans have the disposable diaper empire.
Mm-hmm.
And that this is supposed to be the wedding of the century, apparently.
Oh, yes.
Little history of this disposable diaper market, Brett. Apparently, Johnson & Johnson introduced the first mass-marketed disposable diaper in the United States. And do you want to guess what year, Brett?
1943.
That's not bad. 48, actually.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. 1961, Procter & Gamble revealed Pampers, and American babies are going through about 350,000 disposable diapers in 1970s. 1980s, it was about 1.93 million tons of disposable diapers. Um, what else is interesting? Apparently, in 2000, diapers compose about 2% of all municipal waste. Honestly, I figured it'd be higher. 2006, babies wear about 3.6 tons of disposable. That's 2.1 of municipal waste. Gosh, that's gross. Apparently, in 2007, Pampers introduced diapers for kids weighing more than 41 pounds, typically the age 5. That's too old for diapers. Apparently, in 2500, Brett, the 21st century disposable diapers will be finished biodegrading. You know, not great.
Not at all.
It's fine. No one cares. Brett, let's talk about some roles, shall we?
All right, let's talk.
And not about the roles of what
They
you
want
eat,
you
but
to eat the rolls.
the actual like wedding responsibilities. So, for a maid of honor, which I'm assuming Angela is Topanga's maid of honor.
I would assume so.
You know, offer makeup and hair and dress assistance, acts as messenger if bride is avoiding being seen before her entrance, holds bride's bouquet at the altar, that's a pretty classic one, signs the license as a witness if that's required, and gives a toast at the / speech for reception. Job of maid of honor. Somewhere on there, they're also, that's like the wedding day responsibilities. Best man. So this is interesting. Pre-wedding best man checklist. Plan the perfect bachelor party. Order your suit, tie, and accessories. Make sure your suit's properly tailored. Provide support and advice to the groom. Attend rehearsal dinner and all pre-wedding events. Day of, make sure the groom and groomsmen are on time. Help the groom calm his nerves. Be a messenger between the groom and the bride. Hold on the rings before the ceremony. Stand next to the groom at the altar. Sign license as a witness. Give speech. Keep everyone entertained on the dance floor. So, in no way is it do all responsibilities.
Not at all.
So, that was just the big thing, Brett. I just wanted to confirm is the groom, is the best man responsible for everything? The answer is no.
No.
Brett, I was trying to find a definitive list for some of the best wedding episodes from television.
Mm-hmm.
And instead, we'll just kind of talk about some in general. Well, that was from 2016. That's almost 10 years ago. $2022, I'll take it. So Brett, Friends had some classic ones. You have the big one being Monica and Chandler.
Mm-hmm.
You also have Phoebe and Mike's wedding, which gets mentioned, and Ross's disaster of a second wedding.
I, Ross, take thee, Rachel.
Mm-hmm. The Office, Jim and Pam's wedding. I am a bigger fan of Dwight and Angela's wedding, but that's just a personal bias. I really can't stand Phyllis and Bob's wedding, though.
Yeah, I'd rank that one lowest.
New Girl, has a really great wedding with Cece and Smet getting married. Especially, have you watched New Girl?
No.
Oh, character who's supposed to be like the Barney Stinson, but actually has growth and develops and becomes a real boy. Yes, that's a really great wedding. I quite enjoyed that one. Season 5, episode 22. I'm skipping a lot of the, like, yeah, there's comedy in these shows, but they're more drama-based, you know?
Mm-hmm.
One I will point out is Schitt's Creek.
Mm-hmm.
Last episode is Happy Ending, where two of the main characters get married. No, we're not talking about that one. Oh, Modern Family also has a pretty great one, where Cam and Mitch finally get married.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that wedding?
I've not seen that one, no.
Oh, that's okay. I've talked about it before, but to spoil it with Brett, they keep trying to make the wedding happen, and wedding is just not happening no matter what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, Jay becomes a real dad, and so does Cam's dad, and it's a beautiful wedding. They also have a couple other cool little weddings too, or a couple, what do they call them? Renewal vows and everything. Full House has a classic episode of Jesse and Rebecca getting married. Jesse, of course, spending the first 5 minutes of the episode in jail / hanging from his from a tree.
Oh, yes.
Big Bang Theory had a couple of classic weddings. Amy and Sheldon, Bernadette and Howard getting married. Honestly, the lamest one is both of Penny and Leonard's weddings.
Yeah. They really botched that one.
Yeah. I will say in some of my lists I was looking at, they mentioned the royal weddings. I'm like, I mean, I guess you could call that television, but I wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't. Just because it's on television doesn't mean it is television.
Mm-hmm. I think an important one to mention, Brett, is Leslie Knope and Ben Wyatt.
Yep.
You'll appreciate this one, Brett. On March 13th, 2011, Smallville, Clark and Lois getting married.
Yep. Although they didn't actually complete the wedding ceremony.
Well, of course they didn't. Why would they? I'll mention it because you go to a place where everybody knows your name, Brett. Woody and Kelly get married on Cheers.
Cheers. Norm.
We started that so many times. We're like, we're gonna watch this all the way through, and we just never do. All right. I mean, there's so many weddings that we could talk about, Brett, and there's so many wedding episodes, and wedding episodes are pretty big ratings. I'm just gonna say it. This is one of the best wedding episodes that television has ever produced.
Yep.
There's a lot of history leading up to it. It's not out of nowhere. Everyone knows this is going to be a wedding episode.
Yep.
It's well deserved.
Yes, it is.
So, those are the deep dives. Let's talk about what we thought about.
All right.
Learned about.
You know anything about the Odyssey? Huh? Did I say you could talk?
I didn't teach you that.
My friend Mr. Matthews will lead the discussion.
Do I have to draw you a picture?
What did we learn? Whoa, I'll tell you what we learned. I'll start it off. Open the lines of communication early, especially when it comes to wedding parties, wedding days, big events, big groups. communicate. Communicate. If someone needs to have a conversation, have the conversation, man. Especially if you're a dude.
Yep.
If one of your guy friends comes up to you and wants to have a conversation, then take the time to have a conversation. It's important. If it's important enough for them to say, I need to talk, then talk. So communicate. Open the lines of communication. So that's my lesson for the day. Tyler, what did you learn what's your Feeney lesson?
Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing is that a wedding is you are uniting two souls together. You know, you're taking two families and creating a new family with all of the history of both families coming into play and all of the friendships that come into play with that as well. So I do believe that Feeney's lesson of the two souls uniting is more than just what they were trying to say. It is truthful to what they're doing in this moment. And so I think both souls have to be ready for this moment, and both have to make sure they have those hard conversations with friends and with family and make sure everyone's on the same page. And it's also very important that parents are involved in these conversations, and you know, everyone comes into it ready and hopeful.
Yeah. Sound advice.
Yep.
Well,
It's like Feeney gave it to
I'm
us.
right?
No, you're exactly right.
So am I done with my education? Can I go?
Tyler, how would you grade It's About Time?
Well, it feels weird to give the same grade I gave last week, because I like last week's episode more. But from my vantage point, it deserves an A+ as well. I'd give extra credit for last week's episode compared to this A+, but still A+.
Okay. I give it a solid A. I gave last week an A+. Don't know that I can give this an A+. There's little things here and there that just kind of little quirks here and there, but nothing that takes it out of the A range for me. Solid A.
Oh, fair.
All right. So I believe you have some dad jokes for me.
Yes. Gosh, these all stink. All right, I don't mind this one. Brett, two florists recently wed. It was an arranged marriage. All right. Let's see. Brett, why did the groom wear extra socks on his wedding day?
I know why the golfer wears extra socks. Why does the groom wear extra socks?
In case he got cold feet. All right, let's do one more. Why wasn't maid of honor in a rush to get married?
Why not?
She was biding her time.
Oh, my. Well, good-looking people. That's it for us this week. If you want to reach out to us, you can connect with us via email at dadsmeetworld@gmail.com or across social media, our Facebook, our Instagram, our X at dadsmeetworld, or on YouTube if you're not already watching us there at dadsmeetworld. And throughout the month of December, there will be sales running on our shop at dadsmeetworld.threadless.com. We put up a post around Black Friday on our social channels that you can see a little bit of a peek there. So, until next time, I'll see you good looking.
Back to you. Merry Christmas, good looking.
You know, how can I learn so much every week and still be so stupid? Honeymoon! You need to get back and start slapping some people around. Oh, I am never gonna pee again!
We are the Timmers.
Was that duckies? No, garbage. Read the Bible.
Dads Meet World is a production of Headfirst Studios. Headfirst Studios. Tell your story.